it is working good. I just thought to myself, I haven't even checked to see if the mic's working, which is always interesting. When you go, hey everyone, how's it going? And everyone's like, you can't hear you. Good evening, people. Welcome back to the channel for what will be a normal week of content, hopefully. Jesus Christ. Thank you for joining me on this fine Monday evening. I'm going to make a excuse stroke apology right now. The reason why we didn't stream on Thursday was because Luce got under the weather. The reason why we didn't stream on Friday because I went down with man flu. I am back. I feel pretty good. I just sound like I still have man flu. I actually have felt pretty good today. I've been doing errands and DIY and what have you. Luce will be coming down join us later. Luce is also fine. So I still sound shit. I still have a cough, all that kind of nonsense that goes with man flu, right? So I'm going to make my excuses now and apologies now. If I cough at you or sneeze at you, I don't mean for that to happen. It's just this up is still fucked. Everything else feels good. Okay. So sincere apologies for last week. I assumed that getting back from holiday, we would come back on Tuesday, back to normal on Wednesday, everything would be normal. And it all went to shit. And it went to shit big style as well. And so that's why we really appreciate the big dick bastards like Tim Chaser, who's just come in and smashed 20 gifted memberships in off the bat. Thank you so much, you fucking legend. It really helps actually at the moment. Because I don't like missing content unless it's pre-planned. If it's pre-planned, I kind of can live with it because I can kind of aim off. But I'm now looking at things I can sell, like limited edition books and stuff I can sell to get rid of to try and make some revenue because, you know, missing Thursday and then Friday was stingy, to say the least. So, Tim, thank you so much, you wonderful human, for the 20 gifted memberships. I'll add that on straight now for the Save Me members. I appreciate you. You're amazing. Thank you so much, you wonderful human beings. This total is not going to stay the membership total forever. Don't get me wrong. I'm not suddenly changed to 150 a stream. That's not the case. Just trying to recover a little bit from last week. A little bit. But we're back. And not only are we back, but yesterday pre-orders went up. And yesterday's pre-orders went up on the James Workshop website. And they have showcased and announced that what is going to be up for pre-order on Saturday is the new Space Wolves box set. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. It's incredible. But I am going to add a little caveat here, and I am going to throw a little curveball at you. I'm a little bit surprised it's as soon as it is. I sort of assumed that with the kind of snowballing of Chaos stuff coming out, a whole Emperor's Children release, Death Guard and World Eaters coming out, and then Thousand Suns and all those limited edition codexes that have come out at ridiculous prices, ridiculously high prices, he says, with 3 of them on the shelf line. When they all came out, I was like, well, surely you're going to give people a gap before you drop this, because the Space Wolves box is going to be probably a similar price. Surely you give people a little bit gap, let their wallets recover, and then you give them the Space Wolves box. But Games Workshop went, no. Not only could you just this last Saturday gone pre-order the final of the 4 collector's limited edition codexes, it's £160 per codex, but literally the next week will let you pre-order the Space Wolf box set. And I was a bit surprised. I thought maybe like 3-4 weeks. I'm a little bit surprised. I'm also ready. I am ready. Can you expect me to be painting fast? No, that's not what I do. Can you expect a lot of hobby content going forward based on Space Wolves? Fuck yes you can, because I am ready, chat. I cannot wait. I cannot wait, honestly. In the meantime, Evan, thank you for the 5 gifted. You're an absolute hero. I love you. And Schooner, thank you for 10 gifted memberships. I might not be so shouty and excitable as normal because my throat is buggered. And you don't need to hear me coughing if I don't have to. Stefan, thank you for the 1 gifted. You're a legend. So I'll try and avoid going, and then coughing at you because I've strained my throat too much. What's this, a new channel? It's been a while. It has. I'm sorry, Carl. I'm sorry I let you down on Friday. New mission pack pre-order over weekend too, I think. Yes, they've showcased that too, haven't they? New mission pack. Full Moon. I can't wait. Venomous Wolf. I can't wait. I've been excited about Power Armor and Space Marine releases in the past, sort of. I was actually kind of excited around the Blood Angels release, I'll be honest with you. And it's, you know, it's one of those things where I kind of always wanted to get into some kind of Space Marine faction. And I genuinely considered getting into into Blood Angels. I even bought the box set when it came out, and I think I ended up giving it to Joe. So that was Blue Machine. It's good for you. So that was, you know, it was a very real consideration for a while because I wanted cool Space Marines, and I used to have a Blood Angels army, but I just can't. I start to enjoy it. I really like painting the characters. I really can't get into painting the line infantry. I find it a bit boring, despite how much I love painting red. And this time round, I can't fucking wait. So I'm going to share the article with you very, very quickly. You know, can't afford to drop more, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you for the one gifted is amazing. One gifted is more than no gifted, Stefan. Never sort of apologize. You're amazing. You're insane. Thank you so much. How are you feeling now? I feel all right. Like, head up is full of congested and shit, but I feel pretty good. I actually feel pretty good. So I'm in a pretty good mood actually, because I was Friday, Saturday. I thought this was gonna fucking tear me down for a week, and thankfully I've bounced back pretty quickly. Tons of drugs, legal. Tons of fruit and fruit juices and all kinds of shit, and thankfully now I feel all right. So, but thanks for asking, Dennis. You're a legend. I love you. So, I'm going to screen share the article. So, you guys know by now, right? I'm not breaking anything by telling you this. You guys know by now. If the box is coming out for Saturday, we already have it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use articles because I don't want to tell you anything that isn't in an article and therefore not in public domain and therefore breaking my NDA, because I take it quite seriously because I quite like my NDA. I quite like having my NDA. Don't really want to ruin that, right? Despite the fact that some dickhead already is prepared to try and leak it.
I've had the same bug as you. Tried everything: throat sweets, Lemsip, nasal sprays. Not touching it. Next up, colonic irrigation.
Yeah, I mean, that might work. Scooter, thank you for the $5. You're a legend. I haven't done a goal, have I? What should the goal be? £10, 10 super chats, 1 hour. What should it be? What should we do? What shall we do? There, we'll do that. Okay, cool. Right. I've actually shifted. I say I've shifted it. Compared to where I was Saturday, Friday, I've shifted it quite quickly compared to usual. But what I've developed is this. What are you eating? What's that thing that looks like it's nice with cream?
Oh, what this?
Yeah.
My Mississippi mud pie with clotted cream.
Can I have some after stream?
It's in the fridge.
Well,
it needs eating. I tried to get you to eat it yesterday.
What did we have yesterday? No, yesterday you tried to kill me with food.
Oh, it's in the fridge.
Yesterday there was homemade pie and mash, and I felt like I was going to shit a metric ton afterwards. It was dense. Luce is back, by the way. What was I saying? Yeah, so what I've developed is I've got these pains here now. When I cough or sneeze, it just hurts here. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if I've strained it or something. But anyway, let's jump into this article. I'm not going to read the whole article to you because it'll get boring, right? So what I want to do is show you some things that are in this article, though, because I think it's quite interesting, right? And this is this came out today on Warcom about this new codex release, which is quite exciting. But here's some interesting things, right? So obviously we know Logan and Arjak have got new models. That's cool. Cool new miniatures. He has a rugged resilience thing. So the Wolfguard Terminators have a rugged resilience thing, which makes them a bit more tougher. I like these kinds of rules coming into Terminators to make them feel a bit more Terminatory. That makes sense. So that's super cool. We then have Champion of the King's Guards. If he makes an attack that targets a character unit, you can reroll hit. Rerolls will kind of do that anyway.
Who is playing who this week and which armies are being used?
I will get to
Bombardment.
I'm not going to love your comment just yet, Pete, because I will get to you. You're a legend. Thank you so much. And Ryan, thank you for 10 gifted. You're a hero. So faux hammer, I think is pretty much the same. I don't think it changes very much, but he gains anti-vehicle 3+, which he didn't have before, which is quite nice. And Logan gets Guile of the Wolf. Each time your opponent targets unit, he gets Lord of Deceit, which is super cool. That's incredibly strong. So like his model is one of those where you're like, I want to take him, that rule makes you go, I definitely want to take him. And it's nothing worse than going, here's a model that is the best thing ever in the world, but his rules are shit. But I want to include him because he's so pretty, but he's actually terrible. This makes him, I think, a model that is definitely worth taking, right? Arjak gaining anti-vehicle 3+ is super nice as well. With the 3 damage Thunderhammer, the hits on 2s is top pogging, all right? We've then got Windwalker from Nigel, and we've got the healing balms of the Wolf Priest. So it's nice to see that Wolf Priest still has healing balms and Litany of Hate, so he's still got kind of like Chaplain and Apothecary vibes, which is pretty sweet. Wolfguard Battle Leader gives sustained hits and enemy units within 6 inches reroll hit rolls of 1. That's cool. We like that. Okay. And it goes on to Saga of the Bold. You want to load up on as many characters as possible so your units benefit from all these handy rerolls courtesy of Horror's All. The more character units you have, the more likely you are to successfully achieve three or more boasts, thereby completing the Saga and earning similar rerolls for your non-character units too. So it's saying you want to take as many characters as possible. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is because there's an exclamation mark, this asterisk down here. Here's the thing, right? Easily done with the Space Wolves. Remember that both Bjorn the Fell-Handed and Murderfang are characters too, and we haven't even mentioned Ragnar Blackmane, Ulrich the Slayer, or the Iron Priesthood. This would lead me to believe that there is still a Bjorn datasheet, a Murderfang datasheet, Ragnar obviously because he's Primaris, Ulrich the Slayer, and an Iron Priest datasheet. That's why I wanted to showcase this. That's either, well, at this point, let's be sensible here, but also be pragmatic about what we say. At this point, they haven't shown us new models for Bjorn or Murderfang, with a codex that's up for pre-order on Saturday. So we can assume they're not getting new models for Bjorn or Murderfang or Ulrich or a Wolf Priest or Rune Priest or whatever they're called. No, the Iron Priest. That's the one. Take from that what you will. But I was terrified that Bjorn will be going. And I'm so happy he's staying. I'm actually genuinely happy that he's not getting a model refresh. Probably, definitely not. I could take or leave Murderfang, I'll be honest. Mordy, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You're an absolute legend. What a hero. Thank you so much. And we haven't even added Ryan's 10 yet. Up to 51 people. Thank you so much.
Mordy's objective markers finally got picked up.
Oh, yeah, Mordy, your objective markers have been dispatched today. You won last week.
Posty was like, I forgot.
Oh, brilliant.
I kind of love the honesty there.
I appreciate the honesty.
Forgot.
I'd rather they were like, I just forgot, rather than there was a mess up in the system. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So your objective markers will be winging their way across the Atlantic to you very soon. So look forward to that. Someone also said, stream this Friday. Are we not at Warhammer World? Everyone is at Warhammer World. I'll be coming back to do a stream because I missed too many last week. I have to leave Warhammer World early now on Friday to come back and do a stream because of how many I missed last week. Iron Priest is pretty as fuck though. Incorrect. I'm surprised Murderfang is still there after they canned the Librarian version. Me too. Me too. 100% me too. No new minis yet. Well, with the new book coming on Saturday, they will have showcased all the minis before the book comes out. So there's no new minis coming for those models this edition. Thunderwolf Cavalry question mark. Is it covered in that article? I'm only talking about things covered in that article because I'm aware it's also been leaked. In German, no less. So it might be Brom's copy. No, I can't find anything about Thunderwolves in here. Did you get Death Guard limited edition codex? I did. Proper limited edition as well. I did. Stream from Warhammer World. They won't let us do that. They won't let you film in Warhammer World, let alone stream, not without prior permission. And there's no way on a random Friday they're letting me stream from Warhammer World. Not a chance. I also wouldn't want to. I tried streaming from a live location once before, and people made it shit, so... I played against a player this weekend at Winchester who was using your dice.
Whoop, whoop.
Were they good or bad,
Yeah.
Andy? I only want you to say one answer. So were they good, or are you not going to make another comment tonight? Stream from just outside Warhammer World.
What, on the street?
In the car park. Just outside the car park. I'm not on your premises. I'm not on your
You're
premises.
probably not allowed on the car park. Stream just off
Just
the
outside the car park with it in the
park.
background.
Yeah.
Didn't see dev wings on the Ajax hammer. Is it actually a thunder hammer? I don't think it has got dev wings. Looking at the rules they've shown us. Exclamation mark hobby house. Yeah, you do.
Oh, that pie.
It's, everything you make is heavy. Everything you make food-wise makes me want to hibernate.
Yeah, the food I make is designed so that men will not leave me.
Well, I can't. Look, I wouldn't make it very far.
I'm crawling, practically crawling to the door.
In the next few weeks, can we see Thousand Suns versus Space Wolves? I've got to get to your question, Big Bad Pig, haven't I, actually? So, possibly is the answer. I need to look at the schedule for you.
That live stream was the best car crash I have seen in a long while.
Good. So, tomorrow is Joe versus Paddy, because new Thousand Suns. Thursday, we've got Adam in the studio, and I want to put Joe versus Adam if Joe's happy to run Thousand Suns. I don't want to play this week, I'll be honest with you. I'm just too excited about Space Wolves. But we've got Adam coming back. Next Tuesday, we currently haven't got a third for a game for Space Wolves. We'll make it work because it's Space Wolves. I don't know how yet. And then the Thursday after is me and Joe and Tom with Space Wolves. So... yeah, that's how that goes. There you go, Big Bad Pig. I mean, thank you guys, Tom, for the 5 as well. If we hit the super chat goal of 10 yellow ones in the next hour, I'll do a bonus stream in the next 7 days. Oh, Rambo would like to buy a set of objective markers and a set of white dice in person off me on Friday.
Okay.
Strong likelihood I'll forget to take them, just so you know.
Okay.
If you think about it and you think about reminding me, great. If you forget, it's not on you. I've forgotten as well. Yeah. Anyway, how many of you people, there's 162 people in chat right now, only 69 likes, week. How many of you wonderful human beings are jumping on the Space Wolf hype train? Either picking up the box set, the codex, one model, any models. See if Paddy can run Thousand Suns classic matchup. When? Is there a membership goal this week that means you don't have to leave Warhammer World early? Maybe. It's possible. It could be, yeah. So the thing is, right, is we streamed Vag on Thursday, so that if the boys or Loose needed me, I could just be AFK and go in, and I went and checked on them a few times. We did. You people are amazing. We did hit 100 members on that stream, which is insane. But we didn't do a Liam and Joe show. We didn't do Friday night. So we lost 200 members there.
Get hyped, betches.
Thanks, Chad, for the 5. So we lost 200 members there alone. And then what we also didn't do is any super chat goals, which is another 300 super. So if we do 300 members tonight and £400 in super chats, we're good. We made it up. Banging. I don't think it's happening, to be fair. I'm waiting on Templars, fair enough. Templars are also pretty. Templar? Been playing them since Rogue Trader, however, definitely getting the new figures. Good man, David. Good man. I think they are the best 40k thing they've done in a while, and I'm an Eldar fanboy. And I remember looking at all those Eldar models as they were coming out and thinking they were absolutely incredible. And I think this is the best thing they've ever done, and I can't wait. Although, can people stop fucking leaking? Please? It's a very real risk that in the future, the preview program goes away and you lot don't get anything but what Warcom feeds you. David, welcome to Sculpt here. What legend. You alright? You want to know over there?
Yeah.
You tired?
Yeah.
I have 2 box sets with the LGS and I've told them I'm getting the new characters D.
Good man, Mr. Sven. That's the right life choice. Thank you for the $10, you legend. It is the right life choice as well. It's the only choice, really.
Finally played a game this year with my brother. Now I understand Joe having to use the bathroom during streaming. That's too long to go without. Smiley face emoji.
Most people... A game's what, 2.5, 3 hours? I think most people can go 2.5 to 3 hours without using the bathroom. To be fair, but sometimes when you got to go, you got to go. The problem with Joe is it's every time. And the problem with Joe is he also does it on the Liam and Joe show when we're 45 minutes in, Evan. So I'm gonna get rid of his big chair and just buy him a commode.
Is he still drinking loads of caffeine?
Yeah, he just moved on to coffee.
It's the caffeine.
I know what it is.
Yeah, irritating his bladder.
I have a feeling I'll be bankrupt by the next month. Yeah, 100% grabbing Logan. He is stunning, isn't he? Warcom feeds us incorrect or confusing rules previews from the pros. Joe's got IBS. Joe's got all manner of things. Oh, Jesus. I also found an old unopened blister lead squat trike. Jesus, Dennis. That is an old kit. That's probably worth a fortune now if it's unopened, mate, to be fair. I have an unopened limited edition End in the Death Volume 1 that I'm thinking about selling or raffling off. Not that I think any of you would be interested. I would buy 2 Logans, one to paint up as Wolf and one to paint up as Legion of the Damned with Fire Dead Wolves. Should look good. Would be interesting. I don't think that sounds like a bad idea. I reckon actually Logan will be victim of a ton of conversions, to be fair. But I also think he's so good on his own that you probably want to do what you've said, Skinny. You probably want to end up with 2. One to build as Logan and one to do conversion work with. I also feel like Arjak's going to get a ton of conversion work done to him too. So, you know. Hey, Skippy, how's it going? Marek, thank you for the yellow one.
GW seems to be in a rush to get the missing codexes out. Could we be getting some campaign/event like Psychic Awakening to bridge the last months before 11 edition? Or maybe an early release of 11th?
Thank you for the yellow one, by the way, you're a legend. I don't think we'll get an early release of 11th for reference. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it will be on time. I wouldn't surprise me to see some... Like, I think it would always be a ridiculous idea to drop a codex 3 months-ish or within the last 3 to 4 months of an edition changing. I think that's always dumb. Not saying that it's not possible that they'll do that, but it's dumb. It makes more sense to be dropping some kind of fun rule books. Even more sense if you can bridge the gap between the 2 editions so that those fun rule books they drop out or campaign books they drop out are relevant in both the old and new. So for this particular example, if they were to bring out a campaign book that you could use in 10th, but you could also use in 11th, that's when you don't piss people off, to be fair.
I would, but I need to save for when I am UK. Hungry face emoji.
You're going to be the whole UK, Clive. Psychic powers have finally returned, so Psychic Awakening would fit nicely. Well, only for 1,000 Suns, though. You're right over there. There's a lot of yawning going on.
Very tired.
I've noticed, yeah. I also noticed you couldn't even be bothered to put your laptop on for the chat. You just got it on your phone.
I've got it on my phone.
Yeah. Your little cup of tea. She's better now, though. Just tired. It's been quite a miserable household for a few days, isn't it, to be fair?
I very rarely go back to bed. Very rarely.
You very rarely spend a whole day in bed.
Yeah.
Which is basically what you did.
Yeah. Couldn't do it. I managed to get through the housework and the gardening and getting something out the freezer for dinner until I was ready to admit I'm not right. I am not right.
I knew something was wrong when I came up and you were led in the fetal position on bed.
Aww.
Right? And I was like, that's not like this. And this was like 11:30 in the morning or something.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, you okay? No. And you explained to me that you were under the weather.
Thank you.
And I said to you, I asked you, this is the test, right? I asked you a question. I said to you, are you going to be okay? Or do you want me to cancel the day and stay home and help out with the kids and stuff? And the moment that I know you're unwell is when you stop and think about it and you go, yes, can you stay home?
Yeah.
Which is your favorite of the new models? Cannot choose Logan, the obvious answer. Mine is the Wolf Priest. Goddamn is he sexy.
What's my favourite if I can't choose Logan? I'm a huge fan of Nigel, actually, to be fair. I really like the Nigel model. Ryan, to be honest, thank you for $10 as well, man. You're a legend. I'm a big fan of the Nigel model. I also really like the head takers. Some of the poses there are stunning. Like I feel like each head taker could be a character. But yeah, so like the moment I know you're unwell is when you're like, yes, can you stay home? I'm like, oh fuck, she's unwell. Mm-hmm. So like there's like you're feeling a bit under the weather, and then you're going, no, I need you to be here so I can tag you in. And I'm going, oh. Lucy's not feeling very well at all.
Did you do the thing like when we say it to the kids where you give 2 options and you're like, please don't be a dick and choose a second option?
No.
I just said that for balance.
I was genuinely happy to stay home and be tagged in and do the kids' appointments and sort the dinner out and all that kind of stuff and make food and whatever you. So yeah, it didn't bother me. If I wasn't happy to give you the option, I wouldn't give you the option. If I think to myself, I've got 2 things I can do with the kids, I really don't want them to pick the first one. I just don't give them the second option.
Yeah.
Nigel the Weatherman, he's a gorgeous model. Anyway, thank you, Ryan, for the 10. We are on 3 out of 10 for the target team. And you'll get a bonus stream sometime this next 7 days. Which will be Wednesday day, next Monday day, Saturday day. One of those 3 is when it will happen. We might even be able to do it Saturday lunchtime, which happens to be pre-order day around Space Wolves. Who knows? A woo. We're also on 52 of the finest members. If you too would like to be a cool kid and wear a little badge next to your name and have a green lettering name rather than a grey lettering name, you should become a member of the channel. And it has been statistically proven that if you become a member of the channel, you instantly become more attractive to the opposite sex. Statistically proven. Yep.
How did you get the statistics?
Yep. I wrote them down. And then, if you become a Thane, you become like 250% more attractive.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's quite attractive, isn't it, that?
Yeah.
Them's the facts. Hey Jack Cockfist is my favourite. Yeah, he's pretty, to be fair. He's a good model. He is a good model, but I think Nigel for me. I also like what Nigel is, right? The Stormcaller.
In your opinion, have any of these units surpassed Berserkers as the best power-armored non-character models in the game?
50-50. Kaz, 50-50, Nick, right? On the one hand, head takers for me are the prettiest Space Marine models of all time. Without any doubt. What will depend as to whether they pip Berserkers or not is whether you can pose them in different ways.
I plan on picking up a Logan to convert to Tiber as the Red Wake for my Carcarade on Astra.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I like that idea as well, Dread Red Baron. So yeah, if head takers have a lot of posability-ish to be able to kind of, you know, kit bash them and not kit bash them, but like have more dynamic poses so you can have 18 that will look a bit different, banging. Sounds good. I'm into it. They'll piss on over Berserkers. If they can't do that, then the Berserkers will kind of have that little benefit of being able to swip arms around and make them, I don't know, it's difficult, isn't it? It's a hard one. But in terms of how they look at the moment, I would go head takers. Arctic Door, thank you for the 1 gifted. You're a legend. 53. We just need another 300, right? So I don't have to come home on Friday from Warhammer World. Just another 300 members. Easy, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the best at calling storms? Imhotep or Nigel? I'm stealing that. Emotech. How do you spell it? T-E-K-H? Okay. Poll for you. Get your poll out. It changes the colour. What changes the colour? Parcel's been posted. Is there anything we need to do or bring with us before Friday? What? Your models? Bring your models with you? It'd be hard to play games without them. To be fair. David R, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. We're on 58 of the finest. I heard a dumb argument earlier.
A dumb argument?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said that Yorkshire puddings were from Yorkshire. And the other person said, just because they're called Yorkshire puddings doesn't mean they come from Yorkshire. Now, I have no idea the origin of Yorkshire puddings, to be fair. But I assume it probably originated from Yorkshire.
They're called Yorkshire puddings.
The other person said, they're called Yorkshire puddings. Of course they come from Yorkshire. And the other person said, well, a Kit Kat hasn't got a cat in it. Actual conversation I heard earlier on national radio.
Why is a Kit Kat called a Kit Kat?
I don't know, but excuse me, sorry. The cat's spelt with a K anyway.
And then Snickers used to be called a marathon bar, but I get the marathon bar because of the protein that's in it and how I thought if you're doing a long bit of exercise, having a bit of a chocolate pick me up, because you used to have them in your webbing, didn't you? Don't eat your chocolate bar.
Oh, chocolate bars, yeah, but not Kit Kat.
Not but
marathons.
A bit of chocolate if you're doing a long period of.
Yeah. We used to have emergency chocolate bars in ration packs, which was like, don't eat them unless you desperately need to.
Yeah, I get them being called a marathon bar. I'm sure there's something in that, but then to change it to Snickers, why? What is the word Snickers? Is that 2 words mushed together?
What's the weirdest rename that you've ever had, though? Is that it?
I don't know now.
Because the ones I remember, Opal Fruits.
Yeah, what was wrong with those?
To Starburst.
That's just as, like...
That was one that happened. There was one that was like something to Jif or Sif or whatever. What was that one?
Oh, yeah, that's it. I think it was...
Jif to Sif or whatever?
Yeah. The cream cleaner.
Yeah.
What was wrong with Jif?
Marathon to Snickers.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. Are there babies in baby food? Exactly. I pay a license fee for that level of... Well, thankfully it wasn't licensed. It wasn't BBC. I'll give them that much. Olive oil is full of Popeye semen. The Jow can call the storm and Imo can lord over it and use it against Nigel. Therefore, Imo attack is best. You're not going to win this one, Andy, I don't think. Especially with me being here as a Space Wolves fan. Imo takes a robot. Just unplug him. Done.
Oh my god, Evan says, is that like Sprite becoming Starry? It's still called Sprite over here.
It is still called Sprite over here. What's it called over there?
Starry.
Starry? What a shit name.
Or Starry, have I said
Why
that?
did they also, right?
What a weird name.
He's a bit of a knob anyway, but why did Elon Musk change Twitter to X?
Because that's his thing, isn't it? He likes the...
It doesn't make... Twitter was the best name for it, and you
tweeting.
sent a tweet.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I tweeted you. It's a bit weird to say I X'd you.
Well, X you too.
I X'd you. It's not fucking X, it's Twitter. That was the fucking shittest rebrand in history, actually. There we go, I found it. I found the one.
What's the Threads one? Is that a brand new one or is that a rename?
What? Threads? Threads is Meta's attempt to challenge Twitter, essentially.
Okay. Because I do think that Twitter was probably the best name.
So Threads was made by the team at Meta, which Meta obviously is owned by, what's his name? Fucking Uji Flip, who owns Facebook. So Meta owns Facebook, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and something else. And then they made Threads to compete with Twitter because they wanted to create a platform where people could post updates and have conversations.
Like Facebook.
Like Facebook. I don't understand why they made Threads. And it's shit as well. So I went on it for a bit. I was like, nope, delete, gone.
I opened my TikTok up after months of not being on there. And straight away, I got pretty much all the half-naked girls. I don't know who my algorithm thinks I am.
Joe. Oh, my lord. Sierra Mist became starry. What the fuck's Sierra Mist? Never heard of it.
Sprite.
Apart from Galaxy, which is Dove in America. What?
So Galaxy over here is a chocolate bar and Dove is the soap and the deodorant and the shampoo.
I like looking up videos on X. Are we talking about the same website here? Corona Panic?
And isn't Lynx called Axe? Axe.
Yeah.
Why isn't it called the same?
I don't know. They struggle with our language over there anyway. Give it less letters, it's easier. Same reason why Google constantly releases products that are just rip-offs as better products. Yeah, well. Since I follow Joe on Instagram, I'm getting a lot more half-naked. That's exactly what happens, Demon Russ. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, honestly. You just need to be near him.
But it wasn't...
You'll all leave Warhammer World on Friday, and your algorithms will have changed on your phones.
All the little squares on TikTok, all of them had a half-naked woman in.
I
Not
actually...
a single one had anything else in there.
So you're actually looking at Instagram, not TikTok, right? Because you haven't looked at TikTok, have you?
Whichever one it was. When
I actually quite like TikTok because the algorithm is better at picking up on what you do and don't want to see. In my experience.
Why did it pick that I 100% want to see that and nothing else available on Instagram? Why did it pick that for me? And I was stood in front of you when I opened the app. So if we're all going to blame, well, I stood next to Joe
I just like to blame Joe for everything, to be honest with you.
Right.
It's just easy to blame Joe.
Are you looking at half-naked girls on Instagram?
I haven't got the energy for that.
Have you not?
No.
Okay.
God, no. I need the blood in my head. There's an I at the end of aluminium. I don't know. We speak American, accept it. Badly.
Pepsi have got a Sprite version.
Do they?
Yeah, that's what Sierra Mist is.
Don't know if you missed it, but
Ooh.
Snickers was the Mars family horse. They changed it because they love animals. They own a shitload of pet food brands besides all the candy. Do they?
Yeah, Mars do dog food as well.
Do we say that Joe attracts half-naked women? Absolutely not. No, he just follows them around suspiciously. Vauxhall is Opel in Ireland. Yeah, I know. It's Opel on the continent as well. It's Opel in Europe.
What, the car company?
Yeah.
I don't understand why they changed the brands.
Yeah. So you won't get Vauxhall in America land or in Europe. In Europe, you'll get an Opel. What's weird is quite often. What's weird is quite often we're the only country that has the different name. Really odd.
And we're a tiny island.
We're a tiny island. Yeah. We just like to be difficult. The British just like to be difficult. That's a fact, though, let's be honest. Like to be difficult. My God. This is taking more energy than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I'm feeling the effects after not taking my anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
For, I think nearly 2 weeks now.
I'm mostly feeling quite good today, actually, to be fair. Not all rebrands are bad. The charity Scope had an original name that didn't age well. My nan used to work for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So I get rebranding something if the title of the company has very negative connotations. I understand that. But when it's something like a bottle of fizzy pop or a chocolate bar and it's got 2 or 3 separate names depending on what country, I don't understand that.
Lilt's changed to Fanta. Is that where Lilt went?
No,
Lilt became Fanta.
They were two separate things, weren't they?
That's what I thought. But Yeston, who's normally pretty correct about things,
Because he's the best in.
says that Lilt changed to Fanta.
I remember Lilt. And I feel like 7-Up kind of disappeared for a while, and now it's back.
Yeah, I think that kind of happened too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I prefer 7-Up over Sprite.
I prefer Sprite over 7-Up.
Yeah.
Vauxhall was Holden, Australia, New Zealand, and all them are just rebrand General Motors. There used to be an incredible app that I used to have as well, which was a game, and it used to give you a page of logos on your app, and you'd have to click on each logo and then put in the name of the company.
Oh.
And then once you cleared the page, you went up to level 2. It was really fucking hard.
Oh, I've played that. Did you get the whole logo or just a piece of the logo?
You got enough of the logo to not make it obvious what it was. So like if it was, I don't really have anything.
Okay, so for example, PG tips.
What's the logo?
They'd be missing the G.
No, if it's obvious with the wording, they would remove the wording altogether, pretty much.
Okay, the Dove logo.
Yeah, it wouldn't have the word. It would just have the little bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that game because there'd be some logos that you've seen almost every week your whole life, and you'd be like, "What is that?"
Yeah, I quite liked it. I think it probably still exists. The rebranding of WWF to WWE, was that not a legal battle with WWF?
That was because of World Wildlife Federation, the animal charity. That's why they changed it.
It was a legal battle, I think.
Yeah.
Been on the Space Wolf hype train since early 5th edition. I'm getting all the Space Wolf things. My heart is happy and my wallet is dead. Lol. Yusuf Wolf, I hear you. Oh, Wargunner's here. You mean when we were still allowed to play Bulldog in the playground and used to slap people and say they have been tangos? Lilt, the long-standing British soft drink known for its totally tropical taste, was rebranded as Fanta Pineapple and Grapefruit in February 2020-something. Oh.
That's so recent.
I own the logo game. But we were still allowed to play... Yeah, I've read that one already. I used to play British Bulldog in the school field.
Yeah, me too. We used to play in the street.
Yeah. And Kirby.
Yeah.
A lot of Kirby.
So many balls had that air bubble in.
Yeah.
Because we
A lot of Kirby. Couldn't do it now. You get run over.
Yeah.
The Wrestling Federation was set to lose the naming battle and refused to settle. Vince McMahon being stubborn. I mean, does anyone... I only cared about it because it changed the logo. Because I grew up with the WWF logo with the F coming off of it.
It was the animal charity.
Oh my God. Dying here, chat. So this week, we are doing a Liam and Joe show tomorrow. We have a live game tomorrow night, Joe Paddy. Is anybody interested in a raffle for... There's a raffle website that Joe sent me, which is quite good, for an End of the Death, a limited edition End of the Death Volume 1.
Do I want to get one Space Wolves box? Or two?
The only downside with two, Dad, the only downside with two, literally, is 2 codexes and 2 sets of cards, which you will be able to shift on eBay without doubt if you're not fussed about selling them for 150 quid, right? It just will. So you get 2 priests, you get 2 Wolfguard battle leaders, you get 6 head takers, you get 20 blood claws and 20 grey hunters. Is solid. So 2 boxes is great. With the stream question between Imatek and Najal, it reminds me that Logan Grimnar has tactically beaten Imatek in a war. Has he? Oh, Dave didn't think it came through. I've got it here in front of me. Did it get read out? Rebranding idea. Warhammer. Top name that. Dave's trying to be funny. Ha 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 ha. We've got 3 out of 7, 3 out of 10 yellow ones. You obviously don't want a bonus stream this week, chat. Jill does love a raffle, yeah.
She bloody loves a raffle.
She does. Facts. I watch it still. I haven't watched it for a long time. Gosh, to be fair. My new hyper focus I found this weekend was feeling shit was MotoGP. That's my new thing. I don't know why. I wonder if I can I get it to send it off? Oh, it never came through on this thing. All I've got here is Dread Baron's dono, Dave R's 5 gifted, and Chad's $2 super chat. If Games Workshop was to redo Space Force Combat Patrol box set, what would you like to see in it? I can't comment. Blood Claws. What I'd like to see in it. Blood Claws. Head Takers. I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard one to ask, actually. Answer, actually. Brilliant to watch. The Riders are friggin' nuts. They are mad good. I'd always love that Logan is able to sprint and terminate out. Logan's hardcore. Hey, Jeff the Bar. How's it going, dude? It was an off-land accolade in a codex, I think. But yeah, Logan has beaten the Stormlord. Of course he has. Fucking robot, isn't he? Be prepared, chat, over the next multiple months to get very bored of me claiming about Space Wolf superiority. All right? Be prepared for it. Hey, Ghasty, how's it going, dude? We are still 42 away from our normal members target team. Luce wants to go to sleep.
I do. I'm very tired.
Luce wants to go to sleep, chat. My sides hurt when I cough now. I don't know what I've done. I feel like I've popped something, which is interesting. She can't answer me because she's literally yawning as I speak. This is what you're doing to her.
If I have a really horrible cough, what normally goes for me is my back muscles. Normally strain those.
Yeah. Where is the Space Force costume? It will come. I just can't afford to buy it all right now. How hype is your wife for Space Wolf? How hype are you for Space Wolves, Luce?
So hype.
So hype. What's your favourite thing about them?
The fact they're wolves.
See, she knows. That's how hype she is. Real fucking hype, chat, right now. Real fucking hype. I can't wait, honestly. Can't wait. I'm so excited for it. I think I'm going to buy a box on Monday, so Saturday. Luce's hype level 1 out of 10. You missed a 0 off the first one. Mr. the Fish. It's 10 out of 10, isn't it? Let's be honest. 10 out of 10. Logan is not just a martial monster. He's also supposed to be a tactical genius. He was in charge of the First War of Armageddon and was in fact the one to call in the Grey Knights and was led during the FOC. FOC? Wait for the Chaos Knights credits to toss my money at Games Workshop. Maybe I'll also get the Imperial Knights. I'm really torn on those new knight things because, like, on the one hand, I think the new weapon options are super cool. I like them. On the other hand, it's just not a new model, is it? Let's be honest. It's just new arms and a couple of decorative bits. Are knight players happy? Like, they don't seem to struggle with selling models and arms. Every time you go to a tournament, there's tons of people with knights. Okay, oh, it's more specifically actually Chaos Knights more often than not. Full Acadia. Okay, thank you. You know, honestly, I feel like there's tons of them. There's tons of people already playing Chaos Knights anyway. And let's be honest, they've got loads of options and all they do is use the same stuff. 6 carnivores, 6 the other ones, what they called.
In a world full of Steven boxes, be more Joe.
Always be more Joe. Apologies, I'm late with getting loaded next Star Wars X-Wing. Late fee, go. Edward says, Luce, how many wolves are there on Fenris?
I don't have to prove anything to anybody about how many wolves are on Fenris.
How many wolves are on Fenris?
I'm not saying.
Doesn't know. Doesn't know chat. Other than Templars, the wolves are the only other chapter not afraid to tell the Inquisition. The wolves are fucking cool, chat. I've also given, hopefully a while John McCardle will appear. I've also given John the green light, Joe the green light to do a Wolves Heresy army as well.
Because you seem to be really hype, all 4 letters, about wolves.
No.
Thanks for the 2.
Were they not done well before?
No. In my opinion, no. No. So they had some cool kits before. They had a Terminator kit and some other infantry kits that were relevant to the rest of the Space Marine range at the time. Were quite good. As the range has developed and we've moved into the age of the Primaris Marine, everything's been scaled up and they've got better designers and better equipment. Those models started to, so they were good before, but some of the other stuff I've hated. And they were a bit memey for me. So you've got Space Wolves, you've got Blood Angels, and if we can draw loose comparisons to other like things in folklore, Blood Angels are essentially vampires and Space Wolves are essentially werewolves. Was where they went with it for a bit. And so you had just people with fangs and fur, and then it was Wolfie McWolf, them of the Wolf Time, doing these wolf things on wolf places and riding a wolf car. Thanks, Dave. Maybe is not a no. And it was just a bit like Wolf of the Wolfingtons leading his wolves on the wolf plains. Oh, okay. It's like, that's the best you've got? Is that really what you've got?
Meanwhile, all the other groups have had real investment and
to a point, yeah. A lot of the updating's happened quite recently.
Yeah. Okay.
And then what they've done now is they've got and in the Heresy specifically, Space Wolves are a lot more sort of Nordic themed, more Viking-y.
Yeah. I
guess. What they've done in 40k now with the update is they've gone down the Nordic vibe with the new stuff. Some of the old stuff that's quite werewolfy exists, but you can just choose to leave that out your army. You have to have it. All the new stuff has gone down the route of being more Nordic, brown shields, axes, pelts, etc. And so that was when I was like, son of a bitch, I'm in.
Son of a bitch.
Smoke for Brain, thank you for the 1 gifted. We're on 59, chat. It's become a struggle, although hopefully from Mr. Smeg for Brain with his 1 gifted, that starts us a membership train.
Choo-choo!
She did a choo-choo. What more do you want? Are you not entertained?
My arm doesn't feel right.
Does it hurt when you do that?
Oh, something's clicking back here.
Well, don't do that then.
Oh.
Not too Nordic, not too Wolfy. Yeah, 100%. Yes to Nordic, no to Wolfy. Yeah, I that's where I was with it for ages. So all their good units were the werewolfy things, and I didn't want those, but you kind of had to take them. And now, even if they're still their good units, the other stuff looks so cool and unique. I don't care anyway. I've got to the point where I don't care about the rules anymore. I just want them to be cool. Evan, thank you for the 1 gifted. We're on 60. 40 to go for 100, chat. Show me that you've missed me. Ground in Death, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Show me that you've missed me. Squirrel Boob Noob. I said boob. Squirrel Noob, thank you for the 5 gifted. Rumble Clock, thank you for the 1 gifted. Here we go. It is a membership train after all.
What SW models would make a nice kill team set?
I don't know. You won't get it. I don't think you'll get a specific kill team for. And the thing is, guys, At the moment, I'm in a place where I'm like, everything revolves around head takers. I want all head takers all the time.
SW.
Space Wolves.
Wolves. Oh.
Space Wolves.
How's that going? Space. Machine. No. Super.
Yes, thank you for the one gifted.
Worry. No.
The train's still going loose.
Solar.
The train's still going loose.
Choo choo.
Yeah. No, at this point, because it's now...
Solar weapon. No.
We got like 13 gifted. So at this point, it's pulled out the train station. So what noise does it make now?
There's probably an awful lot of screeching. And a rickety door that is throwing the entire carriage into question.
Choo choo. See you Friday, scared face emoji.
You will indeed. Thank you so much. Smeg for the $10. You're a legend.
Squirrel boob is fine.
I don't know why I called you Squirrel Boob. That's now your name. All right. Thank you, Brandon, also, for the 5 gifted memberships. Mr. the Lagasse. What a hero. Thank you so much, people.
You didn't do your hand. Lagasse.
Lagasse. It's like how we can speak Italian.
Babidi boopy.
Babidi booby. That's how you speak Italian.
I speak the most Italian.
Yeah.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. The new Space Wolf look better because they look more like Firstborn than Primaris. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. Do you think they look more Firstborn? I like, if you look at the article with the Grey Hunters, they do seem to have more Firstborn-y heads. Helmets specifically. Which is largely irrelevant for me because I won't be fitting a helmet. I have to decide whether I want to fit a helmet to the priest. Only because he's got that cool skull death helmet, which I think if he was the only person to have a helmet, that'd be cool. So everything else is going to be long flowing locks. I need to get good at painting faces. I've never really painted faces.
You have painted the one that you should enter into a competition. That's got a face.
No, it hasn't. It's got a helmet on.
Has
No
it?
Yeah, no face.
I'm sure I've seen you paint a face on something before.
Thank you so much for paying such attention.
Such attention.
I've never really painted faces. Ever.
Is
Never been
it
good at it.
the eyes?
It's the whole thing. Contour it, because you can just paint it a fucking flesh colour and leave it, but really you should be putting in the contouring, and it's like, it's very difficult because it's such a tiny piece as well. And I feel like, especially on like a power armored model where the flesh colour is then very different to the armour, if you get it wrong, right, it just stands out massively and it just draws eyes away. It doesn't matter how much hard work you've done for the rest of the model, get that head wrong, you fucked it. So, you know.
What about Waller? Could you ask Waller?
Yeah, I don't want to keep hassling him about paint tips and techniques and sorts of things. It's not fair. He's not like my personal painting coach.
So then annoy him, and when he goes, fucking hell, Liam, stop being so annoying, you should be like, fucking hell, Waller, make a YouTube channel so I don't have to annoy you.
I don't think he's got the time for a YouTube channel. He's a bit busy. I'm not a Space Wolf fan, but they look like the best new Marines in the years. I agree. I mean, I am a Space Wolf fan, but I still agree. If you're a perfectionist and painting faces is a nightmare, you have to know when to walk away. Yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Just paint better. Exactly, yes, and that's my plan.
Be less shit.
Just be less shit.
Yeah.
Them's the rules, isn't it? Just be less shit.
That's it.
They look like Marines use with 3, but those new hunters with their wolves look proper good. Proper good. Just got out the Space Wolf army that I got for 9th, but never got around to build RIP so many units. Really? The one thing I will say is things that have survived the 10th purge, I sort of logically think will be okay for a few more editions at least, which is quite good. Fuck off, Kev. Oh, I meant to message you back. I'll do it after stream. I'll message you after stream, mate. I'm sorry, I forgot. Been a relatively busy day, sort of catching up on bits and bobs that I hadn't done over the weekend. My body is ready for the Space Wolf superiority content. It's coming. Have you settled on a grey for them? I know you have preferred a darker grey in the past for Space Wolves. I have gone Mechanicum Standard Grey, edged with Dawnstone, edged with Administratum, I think is the next one, and then dot with Ulthuan. Painting faces is something I used to dread, but after painting my Stormcast army and working through the Emperor's Children, I enjoy them now. I think I'll get to a point where I enjoy them, legitimately. 100%, I think I'll get to a point where I enjoy doing faces. I just need to take the plunge and start painting them. It's okay, Luce has ignored you also.
What? Did I? When?
Oh, fucking rude. Shocking. Unless you're painting for comp, painting faces is actually quite easy. The problem I have, Mr. Strummingfish, is I essentially try and paint every fucking model like I'm painting for competition, which is a me issue. I'm hoping like by painting things like Grey Hunter faces and just kind of getting on with it, I can master my paint faces before I do it on the big characters and stuff. So I'm hoping. Just try not to be so much of a perfectionist. I left the membership box up because I thought the train was running. It's just stopped.
It's great. It's probably a British train.
It's broke down.
Broken down.
Yeah.
Perpetually late.
Yeah.
That door that was in question a few minutes ago has just flown off.
Yeah.
The fail-safe has stopped the train.
Only early today, but Luce has a pass as she's been under the weather. She has been under the weather.
I have been under the weather. That is what you officially say.
That's what I said.
No, it's not.
It is.
Did you actually say under the weather?
Yes.
Actually?
Yep.
Did you need the picture of the toilets?
That thumbnail is the greatest thumbnail I've ever made in my life.
In your life?
In my life. That thumbnail was the... So we played Vag on Thursday, chat, right? Now, if you're unaware of what Vag is, Vag stands for Very Average Gamer. And it's my gaming channel. So it's very small. It's like 1,200 subs. It's really tiny. But it's where I put games on because I don't like putting things on this channel that will fuck my algorithm. It doesn't make sense to do that, right? Mm-hmm. So I messaged the lads, like, we're going to cancel the game stream. We're going to play some Vag tonight. And we had, I think, Brom joined us for a bit. Joe joined us for a bit. I think Paddy joined us for a bit. Great fun. Really good evenings gaming. And I made a thumbnail for it.
Wow.
And because we had to cancel the stream because Luce was under the weather, and I told everyone in Discord she was under the weather, I made my thumbnail, which I was very proud of. So I'll share it with you now because you might not have seen it on Vag, right? And I think this is absolutely top-hogging incredible work for a thumbnail, considering what was going on at the time. All right, here's my thumbnail, chat, for Vag. I like the fact that you have to sit there and wait for it to show up now because you're on delay.
What's more hurtful is when you came up to check on me, I woke up because I heard you walk in the room and you were fiddling with the blinds when I asked you like an hour before, please don't shut the curtains. I like to feel the sunlight on my face. Don't put me in the dark. You're fiddling with the blinds. So I'm already looking at you like, why is he fiddling with the blinds? Leave me alone. I don't feel very well. And then this smirk just appeared across his face while saying, do you need anything? How you doing? And then you couldn't help yourself but tell me, I've done a thumbnail for tonight. I wanted to show you. I'm in my head going, I couldn't care less right now. I feel like death warmed up. Why are you in here? I don't want anything. And now I'm in the dark when I asked you not to. And then I just saw the toilet. I didn't even notice the ones on parachutes. I just saw the biggest toilet.
They're all on parachutes. I think it was the greatest thumbnail I've ever made in my life. I was very proud of that thumbnail.
Yes, I know.
Such a child. Yes, I am. Yeah. That was also the evening. Karma got me. That was the evening I started going down with man flu. Like, I started feeling sick while streaming that night. I was like, oh no. I was like, positive thoughts, go to bed, wake up, all gone. Everything will be fine.
Right.
Woke up, that was not the case. Oh, fuck. Ash, thank you for the poo. We have got 2 minutes and 38 seconds left for 5 yellow ones. Anyone?
Lies. Liam was telling everyone you were like an upside down
It's
volcano.
not true. You know this chat are going to try and get me into trouble, even when I'm not into trouble. Don't ever grow up, Liam. I won't, mate. Don't worry. Not a chance. Very happy with the Nordic direction of all the new models. The Wolf aesthetic was not good. Agree. Strong agree, Yusuf Wolf. Someone should gift Yusuf Wolf a membership, chat. He sounds like he's going to be one of our tribe. Someone should gift him a membership.
I did catch up on all the daytime TV though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I started off with Arthur Christmas, drifted in and out of consciousness to that. And then I caught up on, I tried to watch Broadchurch again, and because I knew how it happened, I couldn't get into it. And it was a sign language one as well, so
Oh,
that was a bit distracting.
yeah.
Although interesting that some of it I could recognise from a me and Ben did sign.
Oh, okay.
So seeing it used, because a spoken sentence isn't the same format as a signed sentence,
Yeah.
and you don't sign every single word you say either. So muting the telly and just watching the sign language person and going, oh, I think I understood that. That was fun for about 10 minutes, but
Excuse me.
the hands move so quick.
Yeah, I can't. I've never tried
It's
sign, but
tricky.
Mordy Hammer, thank you for the one gifted. You tried, you shot, you missed.
And also when you're obviously quite weathered in sign, your hand movement won't be as precise as when you're first learning it. So then you've then got to get the gist of it as well. Plus, one sign can substitute something like 5 words.
Oh, really?
So then you have to pick out the context around the sentence.
Yeah.
All the while, the sign person has to mouth the sentence but sign a sign sentence. It's incredible hard work just trying to watch it and understand. After 10 minutes, right, sound on, I can't, I'm just torturing myself at this point now.
Mobland, fucking brilliant. I've not seen it. I've heard whatever his name is, his terrible Irish accent. But I don't have Netflix. I cancelled it because they're taking the piss. I can't afford fucking 87 streaming services.
Yeah.
It's a bit mad now, isn't it? If you think
Yeah,
about
it
it. It's a bit mental. I've got Now TV with Sky Sports for the football, although I can get rid of that soon because the football will be over soon. I do have Discovery Plus as just part of my phone contract for free, so that I don't care about that too much. Mordy, thank you for the one. Kev, thank you for the one. We're on 80. 20 to go to get to 100. Can we do 100 at least, people? Pretty please? I was poorly. I'm still sick. I'm holy. Thank you for the one.
But when I wasn't even 100%, you were coming in and going, babe, I think I'm coming down with something.
No, I didn't.
This is my shift to be poorly.
Don't you
Get
become
out.
chat. Don't you become chat. Don't you start fucking lying to try and demonise me to people.
I'm not lying.
Yes, you are.
I think I'm
When I
coming
was sick
down
on fucking
with
Saturday, I was still trying to
something.
help you out. And you were the one that said, I was like, do you want to tag me in?
I think I'm going to have to tag you in tomorrow, Luz.
That's not what happened. Don't lie to
That is
people.
what happened on
It
Friday.
fucking isn't.
It fucking is.
It fucking isn't.
I managed to get 12 hours of being poorly.
Mordy
before.
Hammer, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. You're a legend. What a hero.
And then you said that parenting was annoying.
Parenting is annoying.
Why are they always hungry, Luz? What's going on?
They are fucking non-stop. Honestly.
It's nice that you came to burden me with this information while I was under the weather.
I didn't. I talked to you on Saturday, you lying fuck.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna throw something heavy at you.
They're so hungry all the time. All they want to do is eat. I can't do any of the things I want to do.
You fucking lying shit. Don't try and get revenge because I made a thumbnail of toilets.
They were clean toilets.
They were clean toilets. Cleaner than ours.
Not true. I clean that toilet after every use.
Nah, our toilet like Rolf
because
Farris only
of-
had brown paint.
That's half the battle of getting better is maintain your environment.
Warhammer, by the way, thank you so much for 20 gifted. You fucking dancer. Putting us over 100, onto 101 members. We're on 93 of the finest pounds in Super Chats right now. We are 49 away from tonight's my Save Me members. So just one of you drop 50 now. We're good. We're all good, right? Must be like living with Joe. Yeah, musical.
Agreed. Kids are annoying. Worse if it's not your own. At least you can lock your own in a cupboard. I'm not sure you can.
Yeah, you don't have to do it. Doesn't have to be your own. Look at Harry Potter. He got locked in a cupboard. It wasn't their own. Poor Lucy, she cleans the toilet over after Joe uses it. She doesn't anymore.
No.
Doesn't have to anymore. So,
That downstairs loo was like Clapham Junction when you were in the garage.
and I'll be honest with you as well. You did a relatively good job because I didn't get your bug. And that's the ensuite, and I used that bathroom, and I didn't get your bug. So, you did a good job of keeping it relatively clean.
As soon as I saw,
you did a double good job because you didn't shit the bed.
I don't know why you keep telling everyone you did that.
It happens
you
sometimes.
swore me to secrecy.
It happens
which
sometimes.
You didn't need to.
Sometimes.
Obviously.
Sometimes you shit yourself.
I wouldn't have told anyone, and then you outed yourself
Sometimes,
on the internet.
Sometimes you shouldn't trust a fart. What day could you start trusting it again?
Probably maybe Saturday lunchtime. Maybe it was a really quick bug. To be fair, I was ready for the 48-hour onslaught because usually it's norovirus.
I'm hearing pebble dashed like a seaside cottage.
Oh, I do like the pebble dash the seaside.
What you could do on stream now is you could be nice like you were on Saturday when you're like, I'm so glad for you because I've been able to get over this quickly.
I am. I genuinely am. There's so many people out there that they joke about. Excuse me. They joke about things like, "Oh, I'd have left them. I'm going out. You can handle it." Because I have to handle it. But being able to, I felt so bad. I had the shivers. My whole body ached. There was no way I could parent. No way. And when you have that kind of illness, you should not be in charge of food because you're definitely going to make everybody else ill.
You didn't come downstairs properly really for probably more than 36 hours, genuinely. Like properly come downstairs.
Yeah.
Because
there's no way I could handle the stairs. I'd probably fall down
you went up, but like, this is how bad it was, team. This is why it was no option but to cancel Thursday. And I'm not going to shame Luce here at all before you panic.
Oh no, we'll let the thumbnail do that.
Just toilets, babe. Just toilets. They're all clean. What's I say? So yeah, so Luce went upstairs at like 10:30 or something. I went out, got my hair cut, came home. She was on the bed, like fetal position, not looking very happy. That's when I posed the question, like I said to you earlier, like, do you want me to stay home? And 99 times out of 100, if I ask that question, she's like, no, you go to work, off you go, I'll be fine. And when she said yes, if you don't mind, I was like, oh, she must be poorly. I then, if you needed any drinks or anything, I brought them up to you. I made dinner for the kids, well, for everyone, brought it up to you, took it away the next day. I think you maybe brought the plates the next day. And I tucked you in when you were still basically fully dressed in bed that night.
Yeah.
You didn't move from the bed. The next day, you were like, I can't just stay in bed. I can't stay in bed. But it wasn't safe to be more than 13 steps from the toilet. So I set up all your sewing stuff like next to the bathroom, etc. So Luce was able to do some hobbying that day, but she was only 13 steps away.
I think I'd done about 18 hours in bed, and so Friday morning happened, you got the boys' breakfast, took the dog out and everything, you came back in, and I was like, I'm going crazy in this bed. I cannot be in this bed anymore. I'm actually going crazy, but I don't have the energy to do the day. And then out comes the ironing board, and I was already knowing what you were doing, and I was there going, "Aw, he's gonna get my sewing machine out."
I did.
And then you were like, "Right, where's the fucking wire for this thing? Where do you plug it in?" Where's all your fucking fabric? Where's that?
Guy says, poor Liam risked life and limb sleeping next to machine gun loose. Well, this is the problem in those circumstances, because you don't want them to be back facing you, do you? You don't want that. You don't want to be woken up by that warm feeling in the middle of the night, but you also don't want them to face you, because you're like, don't breathe germs on me. I don't want it. Lou's suffering. No, Garcy says, so Lou's is suffering and Liam goes out for a fresh cut. That's not what happened at all. When I left the fucking house on Thursday, Garcy, before I get labelled with this, when I left the house on Thursday, Luce was doing the housework quite happy. She looked a bit grumpy, but it was our first day with an alarm clock after the holiday. And our first day with an alarm clock after any kind of holiday, like a half term or whatever, she looks a bit grumpy. So it's a pretty normal.
When I was doing the gardening, I was picking up my small planters with a bit of soil in, and I remember saying out loud, why does this feel heavy today? And then everything just felt like effort. All of it, walking across the garden, just felt like it took 200%. I should have known then of, oh dear, something is afoot.
Yeah.
Everything feels heavy, and the wind against my skin mildly hurt. I should have known then. But then it is a common fact of people who care for someone else. They ignore illness in themselves until they have no choice but to acknowledge it.
Ever fart and think you shat all while driving out on some remote country road, then thank all of the gods in existence it really was just a fart? Just me?
I do. I'm honest with you, Peaches. Most men will admit the fact they've had some probably pretty wet farts, and they panic. They panic, especially if you feel that wet air bubble between your cheeks. When you feel the burst, you're like, oh, that felt like a splat. Don't pretend you've not had it, Luce.
Not while driving.
Well, not while driving. Obviously, you don't drive, no.
Yeah, but that was something that I heard years ago, and I always wondered if it was true. And now I think it is true, because if I didn't have the kids and it was just me, I probably would have waved my little white flag much sooner.
I mean, yeah, you looked grumpy in the morning. I didn't yet know that the river was already flowing. So, that kind of illness, I wave my flag very fucking early. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
If it's that, I don't get that kind of illness very often, thankfully. When that kind of illness hits me, I'm like, nah, not doing it, not going anywhere.
We were coming up with a plan. We were like, right, I'll get ill now because I'm already ill. And then it's usually like it goes in 12-hour rounds. So kid number 1 will be 12 hours after me. And by that point, I should be 24 hours through it. So I'll be starting to get better. And then kid number 2 will get it. And then when you get it, babe, I should be on the finish line of it, so then you can tag me in. We were coming up with a plan, because the last time we had norovirus, it was brutal. So now we organise the illness.
Andy says, it's happened to me at work before. Nothing I could do about it, but luckily it was just thunder and no lightning.
Nice.
Oh, don't make me laugh, team. We've got 10 minutes to go. Best jokes on postcards. Go. I have a prize I can give you.
It was very nice, though, having somebody who could bring me very small amounts of food, because you shouldn't shock your stomach, and go to the shop and get me some Lucozade for the electrolytes, and just to kind of keep the kids away, because you can't get better if you can't rest.
Here he is. Here's sexy John. Hey, John, you wonderful human being. Thank you so much, John McCardle, for the 3rd set today from different people of 20. Who did the first set? I think it was Tim. It was. The 3rd set of 20 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I don't think we're going to hit the save me target to try and make up for last week, but we've got a little bit of the way there, so thank you. I appreciate you very much. John, you legend. Thank you so much, you hero. I am probably going to leave Warhammer World early on Friday to get home, because I was going to just stay at Warhammer World and come home late and not do a stream on Friday. But then because of Luce being under the weather and missing Thursday, and then because I was man flew down on Friday, I've missed 3 streams last week. I can't afford to miss Friday. So I am going to be coming home early on Friday to do an After Dark show. And what we might do is watch the Heresy show on catch up, I guess, and talk about that on After Dark. thought I'd mention that out loud because John's here and he's excited. I've also told Joe that I have given him the green light to paint 2 Horus Heresy Legions as long as one of them is Space Wolves for me. So I thought I'd let you know that now, mate, because I keep telling you, I keep saying it out loud and you never hear. I try and summon a wild John about Horus Heresy stuff and he never listens to me. Are you taking an army on Friday? No. No, what I'm going to probably do is give Joe Dats and Dez's army of Death Guard to bring back. And what I'll probably do, honestly, is ride the bike. If the weather's good and it looks like it's supposed to be okay, I'm going to ride the bike up.
I don't know. We're getting some kind of rain and wind.
Sunday, apparently. No. I want to take the bike.
I'm just saying what I heard.
Headphones in, helmet on, loud bike all the way up there and back.
Just saying.
Not even the Tourer, the loud one.
I'm just saying.
No. John, thank you for 20 more gifted. Fucking legend. Love you, dude. He also said, do I need to come over there and look after you all? You're welcome over here whenever. Although we're going to not have a spare bed anymore. You'll have to sleep on an air bed. He never takes up my offer of letting him stay here anyway.
No, he doesn't.
He always has a hotel.
He doesn't like us.
He's always like, I can't put on you. You fucking can.
He doesn't like us, babe.
Evidently.
Evidently.
Yeah. We're having a reshuffle. We basically got rid of our spare room because we thought we might have to downsize. So you could chuck the bike in the boot of the Skoda, worst case. The bike is not only probably as big as the Skoda, Ash, it's probably got a bigger engine as well. The bike will tow the fucking Skoda, let me put it that way. Will you get more into Horus Heresy if we get a new edition this summer? I'd like to, yes. As always, much like AOS, we have to let the data dictate it, but I'd like to. Your ass be battered for that distance on a bike? Nah, not a chance. I got saddleman seats on my bikes. I took the red one to Lawrence's place, not last week, week before, on Friday, which is an hour and 50 minutes each way. And the seat on that one's literally called a road sofa. I was not uncomfortable when I got home. At all. If I was riding a sports bike, yeah, my arse would be in a terrible state. Mad Cuz Brad, thank you for the 5 kids memberships. I love it when I see a new name pop up, or a name that I don't see very often.
Is he mad because of Brad?
He's mad cuz Brad, or is he the mad cousin of Brad?
Yeah, is it
or
a
is
cousin?
he a cousin called Brad who's mad?
Yeah.
So many questions.
So many.
Thank you so much, Mad Cuz Brad, for the 5 kids memberships. We actually almost made it. I didn't think we would. Actually, and what are your non-HH option on the new opinion? I don't love them. I love and hate them. I love the hat tip to classic. I don't like the... I'd need to see them again in person. I need to perhaps build one before I can really judge. I'm so conscious nowadays of making judgment of models when I think they're bad before I have them in my hand. Honestly. I have to have a rematch at some point. I need to get you in the studio at some point, Andy. I'm very conscious of making opinions on bad looking models. Sometimes a model looks bad and you get it in your hand and it looks bad, right? So like t-shirt launchers, Stiltman, they look bad, they are bad. Sometimes models look bad, you get them in your hand, they look incredible. Just Jupiter, thank you for the 1 gift of membership.
4-hour ride from London on a sports bike. My ass was in bits, as was my legs and soul.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting rid of the big red one, which is quite expensive, for a cheaper naked bike. I don't think I'd ever... I kind of want to fuck around on a sports bike, but I don't think I want to own one. Picking up my new bike in 2 weeks. When's the next Leon 2 vid? I've actually filmed about 8, and I've put none of them up because I feel like they're just not really good enough, and I've also not had the time. If I take the bikes tomorrow, maybe. Or maybe tomorrow. Maybe I could do one tomorrow and edit it on Wednesday, perhaps. There is a bike channel if you cared. There's all the channels. There's a football channel. I haven't got a command for the football channel. There's actually, my brother's getting very excited about the football channel.
Oh, a command for the football channel.
Adrian! Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. You're a fucking hero. What a fucking legend. Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, he's getting really excited because it's starting to gather a bit of momentum. I kept saying to him, trust the process, don't worry about the numbers, trust the process. Now it's starting to gain some momentum. So, thank you, Adrian, for the fucking 10 gifted, you absolute hero. We're marching on to 200 now, team. I don't get excited by anything. Yes, you do, don't lie to me. If I offered you turkey dinosaurs, would you be excited?
Anyone remember Turkey Twizzlers?
No. Get on the new Hornet 1000 SP. Do you know how long the waiting list is for those, Cameron? I'm looking at an MT10. I'm thinking about getting rid of my Street Glide special anniversary for an MT10. Championship is the best league to be in. Preach, 100%. And Derby Day next year. We'll have to get together, Andy, for a beer before. But yeah, I think about picking up an MT10 and swapping it in for that because it'll be so much fucking cheaper, by lots. What are you laughing at?
I'm Holio.
Oh. The new turkey Twizzlers are horrible. I've not had them.
Are they all healthy now? Is that why they're horrible?
98% not turkey.
I still remember how they taste, which is mad because I think my school only served them a couple of times.
I'm streaming tonight playing 40k on Hobby Goblins tonight at 7 PM EST. I am playing Death Guard vs Space Wolves. Hope you all feel better. LOL.
Do you want me to put it in Discord, John? If you send me a link, I can put it in Discord for all of our people that will be alive, that awake that time of day. I don't mind. You do enough for us. I'll quite happy. Send me a link on WhatsApp. I'll post once we finish the stream in a couple minutes. I'll post it in Discord afterwards and say go support John, and then you can get abused by our audience. Unless Hobby Goblins is much bigger than us, and then fuck them. No, I'm joking. Cross-playing Crank on the MT10 sounds a bit like a V4, yeah. Well, I also, without diving down this rabbit hole right now, live on air, Mr. the Honda Rider, I said earlier in the stream, I downloaded the old MotoGP app, right? Which tells you the upcoming qualifiers, etc., when all the race times are. But it wanted you to spend ridiculous money for an annual pass to watch all the races on your phone in 1080p. No, I'm not doing that. Again, I pay for enough fucking subscription services as it is. And then I kept getting told it was on Discovery Plus. I was like, so this weekend I actually finally went and found it. And you've got to go through some steps to find it. But if you go through the steps to get to the MotoGP section, I then found the full race in Spain, the full race in France, and I've now caught up on those two races. You can't get the full races from before those two. But yeah, I was hearing on there as well that Yamaha are developing a V4 supposedly, because I don't think the Yamahas are currently keeping up with the Ducatis, to be honest with you. Well, I mean, it's evident that they're not, right? If you look at I think it's the Riders' Championship, top 5 all Ducati. So.
I need to go to bed.
Yeah, I need to go as well. Anyway, John, let me know. Thank you for the $20 as well. You're amazing. Also, if I start talking about bikes, I'll be here for another fucking 3 hours. Poor old Wargunner, still trying to get them. But right, you people are amazing. The Save Me members will last for a couple of days, right? Before I stop doing it, because 1, you'll all get bored of it, and 2, I'll be more comfortable. We'll be back there. You get TNT or Discovery Plus. Yeah, I know. I found it eventually, but we got there. But fuck me, it wasn't easy. However, Rob, you're Robzilla Rob, right? Is that you? I think that's you. I want to talk to you about things. Anyway, That'll happen for a few days, but the plan at the moment for this week is a normal week's worth of content. So Liam and Joe show tomorrow, game in the evening, 40k show on Wednesday. We've got or the Warhammer show on Wednesday. We've then got another Liam and Joe show on Thursday, another live game in the evening with Adam as a special guest. Friday we'll probably be back in time for After Dark. I plan to be back in time for After Dark. So that's all coming on, right? That's all coming on. I'm saving my big gifts for Heresy preview. I won't be live for the preview because I'll be driving home unless I leave super early. If I have to leave really, really early to get home, so it's just me and John in an audience chat, I'll do it, right? And it'll be his fault that I left Warhammer World at 2 p.m. So that's the normal week's worth of content, and then it might be that there's some extra over the weekend or something, Saturday perhaps, I don't know, I'm not sure, I haven't decided, but the week should be normal. We should be back to normal now for a little while. 1,000 Suns preview this week, Space Force preview next week, and Luce will be a little bit more awake on Wednesday. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
I forgot to take my anti-inflammatory for like 2 weeks, and I'm fucking suffering.
Yeah, that's me. DM me on WhatsApp, dude, if you don't mind. Just want to chat to you about some stuff. You people are amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate the memberships hitting over the 150 target. You're incredible. We went over £100 super chats. You're amazing. We hit 147 likes. You're amazing. We've had 160, 170, 180 people watching all evening. You're all amazing. Thank you so much for being amazing. Best chat, as always. And we didn't show up on Thursday, we didn't show up on Friday, and you all turned up today anyway, so I really appreciate you. I also appreciate the big gifters who did turn up on the VAD stream. It helped a little bit, so thank you so much, you wonderful, wonderful people. That's it for us tonight. All the new content comes back, all the normal content, sorry, comes back tomorrow. Luce, anything you want to say to these wonderful people before we disappear?
Best chat.
I had to get that in there, in between yawns. Thank you so much for watching, you wonderful human beings. We'll see you in the next one.